This is the end of the beginning. Welcome to today's show. Biometrics are obviously leading the way towards the mark of the beast and everything being inside of your body. I've talked about that for a long time, and I'm going to constantly cover this because every time one of these big companies, whether it's American Express, MasterCard, Visa, or some tech company like Facebook / Meta, or any other tech companies start pushing this type of technology onto people, you have to understand that it's just to continue to desensitize people to eventually get used to having technology inside of them. So in other words, the phone, I've talked about how the phone is going to be gone, it's going to be in you. Now we have people from Nokia and other places at the World Economic Forum talking about how your phone's going to be obsolete. People are like, that'll never happen. Oh no? Well, when the phones stop working and the only thing you can do is get it inside your body, these people will comply and do it because they can't live without their phones. Their phones is a part of them. They've made people connected to technology that way and dependent on technology. So one of the things they've been trying to do is get it from the phone, getting it onto your eyes or in your eyes. I've talked about Apple lenses recently. I've talked about the Apple Watch. And now this is the latest way for people to start being able to pay. From credit cards, we've gone from swiping to putting a chip on a card to inserting the chip on the card to people being able to pay with just their phones without scanning, like the Amazon Pay stores, to this, which is MasterCard launching biometric smile to pay technology, where they rub it in your faces because not only are they just using facial recognition, which we know already exists, but the fact that MasterCard's rolling this out just tells you it's going to be the next normal thing. People at first, even with the chip in the card and sticking the card inside the machine versus swiping your card, people are like, whoa, whoa. And then it's just normal now. The same thing will be with this, where few people, you'll see them do this. They'll be like, scan your face, please, if you want to make the purchase. If you don't do it, you won't be able to make the purchase. This is how it's going to go because we all know with the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy or sell. And again, I'm not saying that this specific thing is the mark of the beast because it's not. This is leading you towards it. And of course, this has lots to do with your privacy as well, which apparently people just don't seem to care about anymore, which is part of everything they've done with social media where people have given up their privacy willingly. So people are even just like shocked that there's anyone who wouldn't even want their picture taken and uploaded on the internet. But this year, of course, they rub it in your face because they want you to smile too while you're doing it because it's smile technology, smile to pay. Take a look.
If you've got a face, MasterCard thinks you've got everything you need to make contactless payments in supermarkets. I'm going to find out more.
Today we are announcing completely new biometric checkout program. What it does is it allows you as a consumer to pay with your face or pay by waving your hand when you check out from a physical store.
The one question I've had about biometrics is if I forget my password, I can change my password. I've only got one face. So what is the risk that my face becomes compromised and suddenly, I can't get a new face?
The way it works is your registration, when that is done for this program, actually tokenizes your credentials. So your face and the details of your face actually never leave your device.
Excellent. Can I see that now in a demo? I'm very excited to see this. I've heard a lot about this checkout system, so could I hold up a photo, let's say, of my brother who looks a bit like me? Could I hold up a printout of his face, a photograph, to try and trick this? Or is there more technology built in that makes that impossible?
There's more technology that's built in that makes that impossible. So we have multiple layers of security and privacy controls embedded both in the hardware and the software technology that's scanning, right? So it has to be a 3D image, and then all of the algorithms that are built when we are tokenizing that biometric data are all built to be able to, identify the right person for that ID number.
Who owns the data about my face? I appreciate it's stored as a fingerprint, as an ID, rather than as a replicable photograph of my face. But where is that stored? Do I keep that? Does a retailer keep that? Do you keep that?
Great question. The data, first and foremost, gets abstracted and tokenized, the underlying biometric data gets deleted. So the only thing that remains is a token, a representation of the biometric data. That gets encrypted, and then that's getting stored by whomever is operating the biometric checkout system.
Can I have a go?
You certainly can. Yeah, you asked so many questions, we skipped that part.
Okay, I'm at the checkout. I've got a basket full of beans and bananas. I'm going to register my face. I'm going to get registered. Fine, let's set it up. Okay, so I'm going to scan my face. Shall I hold it up? I'm so happy to be buying bananas. Okay, and I can use any of these?
Any of those parts?
I feel like a platinum person today. Finish. So I'm all set.
You're all set.
So that's the registration portion of this done. There I am, look.
There you are.
Excellent. Okay,
Okay.
so next step. I'm at the terminal. Oh, that was quick. That was it, right?
That was it.
And I made a saving. I don't think I have any more questions. My face clearly is my debit card name, so thank you very much for that.
So I mean, you can only laugh at the smile part, right? Because they're just like giving you the finger. They're going, look at the zombie. Take your picture, you want to pay, and just smile, right? That's kind of part of the mind control that they've done on the masses with, happiness and love is constantly pushed, which is really just people being naive and fooling themselves as if everything's fine in the world. So it's just like, just be happy, be smiling, always smiling, And people walk around, they're like, you just have to have a positive attitude. I hear that all the time. And I'm like, why do I have to have a positive attitude? The Bible tells us that, this world's going to be a nightmare, and it is a nightmare. I'm not going to kid myself and walk around. Sure, I have moments. I mean, I'm happy I'm not miserable, all the time. But I mean, there's things that bring me joy and family, the same thing that most normal people have that bring them joy. But in this world, people are always just saying, don't ever be negative, don't ever question anything. This is, of course, part of the compliance agenda. And people just are smiling, oblivious to what's happening. Well, that's what they're doing here. They're just like, we're going to scan your face as you pay, smile, while they're holding up the finger. So MasterCard's pushing into the controversial biometrics market, which is huge, by the way. Biometrics are very, very big. You might not know that here in America, probably more so in the UK, but China is big into the biometrics, and so are some other countries. And they're doing stuff I've even covered before where they are, in fact, almost pretty much using your DNA. They're doing fingerprint payments and things like that. So it's obviously not an insane thing, but MasterCard is pushing into the biometrics market, launching a new program that will allow customers to make payments in stores using a smile or a wave, calling it the next generation of in-person payments. Right? The next generation before the payment's actually in your DNA, and you could literally go into a store, pick up what you want, and walk out. You won't have a phone in your pocket. You won't need anything. You won't need a wallet. You won't need a purse because there'll be no cash. There'll be no credit cards. There'll be no purpose in having it. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody's nude too. At the same, you know what I mean? I've covered that in the past. If they've pushing, these nude restaurants and things like that, why not with these perverts? Everyone would be naked. Everything's inside your body anyway. You don't need anything, right? You just walk in and out of places to take what you need. Of course, your credit card or how much money you have and everything will be inside of you. And probably if you don't have enough money in your account and you go to try to buy a gallon of milk and you walk through the door and it scans that you don't have enough money, you'll probably get electrocuted or something. And people will just be like, oh, yeah, that's normal. Don't try to buy it then if you don't have enough money, they'll say. Right? Or it'll hurt your social credit score, so people won't do it, right? Think about it. So they're calling it the next generation of in-person payments. MasterCard said its biometric checkout program will help speed up transaction times, shorten lines in shops, and heighten security and improve hygiene. Now, how in the world could it improve hygiene? Right? What, people are going to brush their teeth more because they have to smile? They're like, I got to smile so the creeps at the NSA can see me here when I'm making my payment, so I better brush my teeth or go to the dentist this week. Huh? Heightened security? How about give up privacy? Heightened security. I mean, they could already, it's so unbelievable how they market this stuff and word it. People hear like heightened security. That's a great thing. Improve hygiene. Yay. They don't even asking why they're saying that. They're just like, that sounds really good. Shorter lines in shops. Sign me up. I'll take the mark. Huh? It outlines a set of standards for banks, sellers, and technology providers to ensure the security and privacy of personal data when people pay using biometric methods. The payment giant said the outbreak accelerated a consumer desire for safe and quick touchless checkout, which of course was a part of the outbreak as well. I covered that in the beginning, how people weren't allowed in China to exchange cash or coins because people were afraid they were going to get a runny nose or the cough. So they were like, we're not going to do money anymore. Everything's going to be digital. Wow, no agenda behind this. I mean, only to the stupid, apparently. And on top of all those other things, the stuff with the personal data and people being afraid that their personal data is going to get stolen. This is all stuff that's part of the mind control psyop that they're doing on people, because they're going to do massive attacks on people, massive cyber attacks and things like that, which they've teased. And people are already afraid of having their privacy stolen and all that stuff. So they're going to convince them and persuade them, into having everything electronically inside them. The more comfortable people get with technology, then they're going to just feel safe. And they're going to say, hey, it's safe. It's inside me. I trust it. I love technology. That's what they're getting. They've been getting everyone eased into. So the company also referenced IDEMIA research that suggests 74% of consumers have a positive attitude to biometric technology. So 74% of consumers have a positive attitude towards this. So I wonder, we're the 25%. No, we're like, all of us are probably like the 1% or 2% of the population that probably would be against this. Maybe older people would be the only other ones left who aren't probably going to be here much longer. One, because they're old, and two, a lot of the older people obviously have potioned, so that's not working out too well for them. The way we pay needs to keep pace with the way we live, work, and do business, offering choice to consumers with the highest levels of security. Our goal with this new program is to make shopping a great experience for consumers and merchants alike, providing the best of both security and convenience. The tech is being piloted in Brazil from this week across 5 supermarkets. In Brazil, customers will have to enter their face and payment information in the PayFace app before using the service. Then at the supermarket, they can smile to pay at the checkout without having to take out a card or a mobile device, because that's so inconvenient, right? For me, it's way easier to use a card, cash, even write a check than to actually be able, make me smile, to be honest with you. But furthermore, pilots are expected to launch in the Middle East and in Asia as well. No surprise, Asia is usually the marketplace for this type of crap technology. We've been developing PayFace since 2018 with a mission to help transform the way people pay, improving the experience without compromising the security. So this type of technology has been in place, but what's big about this is that it's MasterCard doing it. Because when MasterCard does it, then Visa does it. They all, once one company does it, it just, it's, oh, what are they doing? Oh, then another company takes on. People are just desensitized. They're like, oh, well, MasterCard was doing that. I heard about that. No big deal. It's just the first brushback of people going, that they always have to kind of ease people into. And then once people get used to it, and they're like, nobody caught fire by taking their picture on the thing. Nothing bad ever happened. So then they just continue. They always do it this way. They desensitize people to this type of stuff. That's partially why we are where we are. These are that type of mind control that they've done to so many people. So the move will see MasterCard tap into the contactless biometrics market, which is expected to reach $18.6 billion by 2026. According to research, the payment giant is working with partners such as NEC, Oris, Pay by Face, and other companies, Fujitsu, to launch a scale new checkout payment tech globally, while paying with a smile could speed up checkout lines. Concerns have been raised in recent years about facial recognition technology in terms of surveillance, privacy, consent, accuracy, and bias. In February, the U.S. International Revenue Service, the IRS, said it planned to end the use of facial recognition to authenticate users creating online accounts after lawmakers raised concerns over the privacy implications. That's because a lot of people, they realized when the IRS was trying to get people to do facial recognition to pay their taxes, a lot of people said, I'm not paying my taxes. Period. A lot of people, like people who wouldn't be normal people who would say, like people who aren't awake, that people who are just, regular normal people who pay their taxes, might be older. They were like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, well, it's the only way you can pay your taxes. Like, I'm not paying my taxes. That's why they came out and they go, okay. We'll take that away for now. We'll do other things to get people comfortable with this, okay? So what are they doing to get people comfortable with it? Credit cards, apps, other ways, and eventually the IRS will have that. So it's all an operation, a psychological operation. They watch the pulse of the people, they figure out ways to get around any type of resistance, and they continue forward with their mission. And their mission, well, it ends with the mark of the beast. I thank you guys again for your support. Hope you're doing well. God bless you and your families.